Starting this list with Yasuga no Sora. Yasuga no Sora is an anime that is pretty controversial. The plot of this anime might feel pretty disturbing and disgusting for many people due to the fact that it is made up of forbidden relationship. However, if you want to watch it for a different kind of plot, then that's a different story. Either way, our main character is basically a guy liked by every girl, and he does the deed with every girl he meets. Overall, this isn't something I would recommend to just anyone, so keep that in mind before watching it, if you haven't watched it yet that is, but if you already did, then let me know your thoughts in the comments. Moving on, we have Hybrid X Heart Magias Academy. This is a pure ecchi anime that consists of heavy fan service every episode. The story is set in a futuristic world, following Hida, who possesses the Heart Hybrid Gear ability. His older sister calls him to transfer to a strategic defense school, where many of the students, which are girls, use their abilities to fight invaders from another world while wearing extremely skimpy pilot outfits. He might not have the best fighting abilities, but his gear has the power to replenish the energy of other pilots while doing erotic activities. Overall, it's not something I would recommend for the story, but for the big plot in it. Next up is Lord Marksman and Venati's. The story follows from the perspective of Tigra Vermud Vorn. On a battlefield one day, amidst the corpses of his fallen comrades, he takes aim at a woman riding on a horse, a war maiden, who has just demolished his whole army. After taking aim, he tries to shoot her down, only to become captive to Eleonora, as she is called, sending the two of them into a spiraling journey as tensions rise between their two countries. The story basically sums up to following these two characters as they try and fight through a war, with each battle being a battle with usually a different opponent and progressing through their goals to fight and come victorious. The show gets props for deconstructing the idea of war by making every little event become crucial to the characters' goals and ideals. Next, we have Armed Girls Machiavellism. The story of this anime follows our main character as he transfers to a new school which is surprisingly ruled by girls that are armed with weapons, hence the name. And our main character is a super badass one. He doesn't follow anyone's rules, nor does he abide by them. He does what he wants. We follow him as he fights to bring freedom to the rest of the boys who act as girls due to the special circumstances. The thing that I like the most in this anime is its main character because of how badass he is. We don't see many anime protagonists like him very often. Coming in next is Yuno, a girl who chants love at the bound of this world. Yuno is an anime that is many different things. It's a mixture of time travel with sci-fi, then again it's a isekai/fantasy anime, and again it's also harem, and has some ecchi in it. I'm not gonna explain the story, as it is something you should experience firsthand. Even though I enjoyed it quite a lot, there were still some flaws in the story and sadly the anime was fast-paced. If you like time-traveling shows and also isekai anime, then this is something I would recommend to obviously watch. Then again, if you are here for the harem or ecchi aspect, and the fact that our main character is a badass who gets laid many times and even has kids, then make sure to not miss it. Next on the list is Trinity 7. This is a harem anime that is pretty popular among the community. The story of this anime revolves around Arata, who suddenly finds himself in a breakdown phenomenon, which is the destruction of Arata's town and the disappearance of the people inhabiting it. However, due to the fact that he has a grimoire with him, he unconsciously constructs an artificial world. To investigate the phenomenon, Lilith appears before Arata, whose artificial world suddenly disintegrates. And he is given two choices: hand over the book or die. However, he chooses the third option, which is enrolling in the top-secret magic school academy, where 6 other magic users await him, and together they are known as Trinity 7.
Yuki.
バサラミオのパーツは食べられて、うちのは食べられへんっていうの。
We have the testament of Sister New Devil. another harem anime that is pretty popular. It follows the life of Basara, who has a hidden past, and one day his dad suddenly calls him to meet his new stepsisters. Although their encounter wasn't pleasant, as he met one of them on his way to the washroom. More importantly, both of them holds their own secrets. They are both devils. And our main character is from a family of heroes, blessed by the gods. Later they discover each other's identities, and Basara takes on the responsibilities of protecting his sister from the threats of both demons and heroes. However, he has his own problems to deal with as more foes and friends come along the way. Moving on, we have Domestic Girlfriend. This is an anime that is pretty similar to Yasuga no Sora in many aspects. Although it's not as bad as Yasuga no Sora, it's still a bit weird, and honestly, I don't think everyone would like it. Our main character likes his teacher from a long time, and one day he suddenly gets to know that his teacher is now his stepsister, as his father married her mother. Moreover, the girl who he lost his virginity with is also his stepsister. The story is kinda messed up in it, so I think it's not meant for everyone. But it does have nice animations and songs. Overall, it's a nice anime to watch if we ignore some things. Next on the list is the case study of Vanitas. Vanitas is an anime that pleasantly surprised me with its story, characters, and humor. The story is set in 19th century Paris, where a guy named Noah is searching for the fabled Book of Vanitas. There exists vampires and other supernatural phenomenon in this anime, so you will naturally see many action as well. Our main character is the owner of the legendary Book of Vanitas, which can purify cursed vampires. Through a series of incidences, both of them meet each other and becomes a duo that goes around purifying and researching the causes of the curses. Vanitas himself is a confident character with a colorful amount of charisma. His personality is displayed as playful, sarcastic, and can be quite mischievous. Meanwhile, the other characters emerge from the show with elegance of various degrees as well. And last but not the least, we have the fruit of Grisea. Grisea is one of my most favorite anime series ever, due to different aspects of it, and the only problem I had with it is the fact that it has so little episodes and the story is fast-paced. Even though at the start this anime might seem to be typical harem cliches, it's actually far more than that. Sadly, the anime adaptation wasn't as good as the visual novel, but still I hold it very dear to me. It somehow made me feel attached to our main character and feel his pain. The backstory of the characters are mostly mind-boggling and quite horrifying. It doesn't have any supernatural or fantasy aspects and still manages to deliver some superb action. Overall, I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't already watched it yet.